So XRP ended up tapping into the Wave Z target, which sits between $1.89 to $1.96. And as you guys know, I've been tracking this corrective move to the downside, made up of a WXYXZ structure. And since tapping into this region, we then saw this pump to the upside, where I believe it was a move of over 15%. So yeah, we made a move of 16.84%, and then we ended up taking profits, which then led to this retracement to the downside, where we ended up reaching $2.07. And of course, we saw a death cross event take place following this move to the downside. And during the time of recording, we are currently experiencing a recovery to the upside. And so what I'm looking at for right now is for XRP to breach past this level at $2.23. And so what I'll do is I'll break down what took place over here, where what we saw was a 5-wave move. And the interesting thing is we could have two scenarios taking place right now within a 5-wave move, where one of the scenarios would be that this was the wave 1, this was the wave 2, this was the wave 3, where we ended up reaching $2.21, and then we had a short wave 4, followed by a 5th wave move where we ended up reaching $2.23. And what I'll do is I'll bring in the flip tool. So here you can see that we extended beyond the 1.618 level, where we ended up reaching $2.21. And within this 5th wave, what ended up playing out was a ending diagonal, where if I was to draw the upper trend line and the lower trend line, like so, this 5th wave was made up of 5 waves, where this is the wave 1, this was the wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4, and this was the wave 5. And then we saw a retracement to the downside, which is this move over here, which is typically a 50 to 88.2% retracement of this wave structure. And so here you can see that the 50% retracement level sits at $2.06, whereas over here we ended up reaching $2.07. And so essentially we failed to retest that 50% retracement level. And so it's possible that we are still within a 5-wave move, where if I was to remove this and remove this, so what could be playing out right now is the 4th wave could have reached $2.07, and we could see a final push to the upside to complete the 5th wave, which is this one here. And of course, the 3rd wave would have topped off at $2.23. And so should that be the case, then the next key target for XRP would be the 1.236 to 1.618 retracement of the wave 4. So I'm looking at for XRP to reach anywhere between $2.27 to $2.34. So if I adjust this just so it's in the right position. And 6.3. So yeah, the next key target for XRP will be this region here. And what I'll do is I'll go on the 5-minute chart to actually break down what's taking place over here. And it looks like a 5-wave move is also in play right now, where this will be the wave 1, this will be the wave 2, and we could potentially be within a wave 3. We see a retracement to the downside to complete that wave 4, followed by a final 5th wave move, which would then complete this 5th wave over here. So within this 3rd wave, it looks like another 5-wave move is in play, where this would be the wave 1. And so the wave 3 would then reach the, is this right? Let me just double check that that's in the right place. So 1264. So yeah, the next key target would be this level at $2.27. So if I mark that out, So this will be the next key level for XRP. And that would then complete the wave 3. And then again, we'll see a retracement to the downside to complete the wave 4, followed by a final push to the upside to complete that 5th wave, which in turn will then complete this bigger 5th wave over here. So if I go back to the hourly chart, in order for this to play out, then what we need is, first and foremost, for XRP to breach past the 88.2% retracement level at $2.21. And that would then further confirm that we are bullish. And as a result of that, we can then breach past this level here. But also bear in mind that this 5th wave, the minimum requirement is a double top. And so it is possible that we get rejected at this level. And then we see a retracement to the downside where we could anticipate a 50 to 18.2% retracement of this bigger wave structure here. Now, it is interesting to note that on the stochastic error side, the bears currently have the momentum right now. And so it is possible that we ended up topping off at this level and we are now in a retracement to the downside. And in fact, if I go in the 4-hour chart here, what you can also see is we are within overbought conditions. Here we actually are finding support at the 200 DMA. As you can see, the current price of XRP is hovering over the 200 DMA. And so for as long as we continue to hold this position, then we can continue to remain bullish. And if I go in the daily chart, what you can see is we are within overbought conditions and we actually failed to retest that 50 EMA, which during the time of recording is at $2.21. And in fact, if I just bring in the price range, what you can see is this move is actually just short of 1%. And so it is doable for us to retest that level. And if we do so, then I will be looking out for XRP to find support at that 50 EMA and then see a continuation to the upside where we then potentially tap into this region here. And so, yeah, short-term target would be this region between $2.27 to $2.34. And if we fail to reach this region, then it's possible that we ended up topping off at $2.23, and we are now in a retracement to the downside where we could see a 50 to 88.2% retracement, where XRP could potentially reach anywhere between $1.94 to $2.06. But again, I'm looking out for a big move to the upside. And so, yeah, that's just my update on XRP. Hopefully you found it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.